Ya bu provokasyona falan gelmek çok ilkel hareketlerdir. Üflediğimi hoplamak, patlattığımı o hadise çıkartmak. Yani bu kadar kolay olmaması lazım. Adam sana
It is really very primitive to be revoked by provocations. Making a scene under these circumstances shouldn't be so easy. For instance, a person instigates you and in return you go and feel provocated. It is very evident that these people are doing everything to provocate you. They find a few blasts, they find a few shells, and it is evident that these people have no fear of God. Because there are the elderly people, the women, the sick, there are all forms, all kinds of people there. If a person dares to kill an innocent, a weak person, then he is a murderer, then he is a violent person. What needs to be done is not to rein in their directives. For instance, by these provocations, they want people to go out streets, to take the streets and to make scene. But why do you go and comply with the orders of a murderer? This would be very degrading indeed, to follow the orders of a murderer. If a person plants a blast, a shell, then he is a murderer because he is ready to kill a person anytime. He is ready to martyr a person every time he wishes. He dares to kill a person. He is simply a murderer.
Ya katil sana düdük çalacak, sen hop sokağa çıkacaksın. BDP'li kardeşlerimiz böyle oyuna gelmez.
A murderer wants you to do something and you go and follow his orders and take the streets. This is something degrading, very humiliating. So the BDP members should not do it. Everyone should go on with their business life, with their daily lives. They should stay at their homes. Anyone can be provocated. This is something very degrading, very humiliating indeed. The purpose here is to make people take the streets, to make a scene, to cause more bloodshed. Why do you follow orders?
Ya o bombayı koyanın emrini yerine getirmiş oluyorsun sen.
These are the kind of orders given by a murderer, and people go and follow their orders. This means that you are following the orders of a person who plants shells, who plants explosives to the streets. What you need to do is to keep calm. This would really annoy that murderer, and this would really deter him from his purpose, from his mission. But if you make him accomplish his mission, then he will go and plant another shell in another meeting of yours, and this will go on until a greater incident will happen. So why are you deceived with such a plot, with such a ruse? In such incidents, we have to follow the order of our Prophet. He says, just break your arrows and just stay in your home. In other words, our Prophet says that do not use your weapons, do not resort any violence, and stay at your house. This is the best solution to an instigation. So all our brothers should be very meticulous about it.
Kovulmuş yatan sonra kötülüğü örgütleyip düzenleyenler diyor. Yeryüzünde bozgunculuk çıkarmak için özel bir ekip olduğunu söylüyor.
Bak bozguncu.
In another verse of the Quran, God says, those who organize the wickedness over the world. As you see, there is a special group who organize the wickedness. So by doing this, we're just following the orders of those organizers of the wickedness. That person who plant that shell, who plant that explosive, become your commander, and you in return become his minion, because you go and follow his orders.
Bu aklı başında insanların yapacağı bir şey değil.
Evet.
Oradaki Kürt kardeşlerimiz, Laz, Çerkez, Türk kim varsa hep evine çekilsin.
Evet.
So this is not something that reasonable people with common sense would ever do. The Circassians, Laz, whoever there is there, all our brothers should stay in their homes. They should just keep calm in their houses, and then God will show us a way. And those people who planted those shells, I don't know how the police will go and determine those persons, but God, in one verse of the Quran, God says that wickedness and goodness are not the same. And God also wants us to struggle against wickedness in the best manner. The best manner is love. The best manner is compassion, affection. In another verse of the Quran, God says, those who swallow their rage when they feel furious. In the 64th verse of Maide, God says the following: whenever they do something to instigate, God put up that fire. Those who try to do corruption in the world. So they try to corrupt the system. They want to corrupt the life. They want to corrupt the living beings. They do everything to corrupt. But God does not like the corruptors. So those corruptors are those people who plant explosives, for instance. The abode of those people is hell. That is why in such cases we have to be lenient. Being lenient would be the most annoying thing to do, because that would paralyze the perpetrators. Being calm, keeping calm would really paralyze the perpetrators, because in that way they will think that, they will feel that they haven't completed their mission.
Yalnızca ıslah edicileriz derler diyor Allah, ama asıl bozguncuların onlar olduğunu bildiriyor ayette. Komünistler, yani sosyal adalet.
In one verse of the Quran, God says that they say that they are not the corruptors, however they are the ones who are corruptors.